Hey, welcome to my basement, everybody. And look who is here. Look who has joined me in the basement, in their own respective basements. Marissa Roberto from TSN Sports and Electric Playground is here with us. And Jose Sanchez from Electric Playground is with us. And
Interviews on the run.
we're all here.
And reviews on the run.
And reviews on the run. Oh, my God. And several other productions and projects.
Rocket and Reagan Awards.
Rocket and Reagan Awards, Canadian Video Game Awards, documentaries.
This is our E3 Rocket and Ray Gun show.
Insanity that we have produced together.
Did you steal the play?
Oh, no, we kept it with him. He is called upon from time to time. I think there are flags in Toronto still, Marissa, that we're ready to go. You know, we get a budget. We're rocking. We're doing it.
Okay, all right. Just make sure. I'm like, wait, did Victor Lucas say that was cool? Okay, that's cool.
No. I wanted him to have it. There's a camera floating around down there and one in LA too.
I don't have that. I don't know where that is.
We're ready to go.
Okay, good to know. Guys, Italy won again today. Just letting you know. Italy
Italia.
won again.
Italy won.
Azzurri. Put
Very
another
nice.
dub on the board. Okay, we're making it out of group stages here. Okay, that's all I need to say about Italy. Then now we can move on.
Very nice.
Yes.
VR Grid wants to let everybody know that Republic is coming to the PlayStation VR.
That's right, starring Fat Me.
Ryan
Fat Me-
Payton's awesome
Fat Me
game.
is in that game.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's right.
Fat Me is in that game. I got some tweets. Was like, is this fat person you? Sure enough, that's my fat face. If you come across a guard who looks like
man.
this.
That reminds me of Ryan Payton. I miss that guy too. I haven't seen him in ages. Last time we were all together, we were talking about this, was Marissa's wedding in 2019?
2018.
2018. Jeez.
I
What's
know.
going on with the time?
Pandemic.
Yeah,
Can't go
Well, that
outside.
too.
yeah.
I remember Jose dancing with my daughter on the dance floor, and she had a huge smile on her face. Now you've got your own
Got the moves.
baby.
Now I got my own.
Now
She
you
doesn't like
got
dancing
your
with
own
me
dance
now.
partner.
Every time I try to dance with her, she's like, oh! I changed shirts twice today.
I think that's the way I acted when you were trying to dance with me, if I recall. Yeah, you got some spit up.
That was a long time ago, though. It wasn't milk spit up either. It was
Well,
like, what?
you like to cuddle me like a little baby.
Because you're
and
just
then-
my widow Victor.
Give me a
My
little
widow
burp.
Victor.
Anyways, this got weird right away, which is what you came here for.
the way we like it, yeah.
All right, you guys, I did call you here because we've got a job to do. First of all, I want to say hello to Goku and Alpha Cat and Ben Krush and William Nichols and Nito Montoya. That's awesome. Nintendo Boy 17. Rathless
Neto.
is here. It's awesome to see everybody. We'll get some questions and some Q&A stuff and some feedback as we go. But we're here to kind of wrap up E3 and the Summer Game Fest. But first of all, a nice little shout out to our sponsor, which is the Gaming Stadium. They are Canada's leader in online esports facilitation. They've got tournaments happening every single weekend. You can find out about them at the tgs.gg site and let them know that Vic from Vic's Basement sent you. Okay, let's talk about E3 and the Summer Game Fest. How was it for you guys tuning in and in general? How do you think Jeff and the ESA handled this crazy year again?
Do you mean like after the Game Fest when he was tweeting at ESA?
Yeah,
I'm like, wait, do you mean like before or after games?
They're sniping at each other, but Jeff had
I'm
his...
like, wait, hold on a second.
Let's get down to the nitty gritty. What do you think about the tweety?
Yes, I know. There's some animosity happening in yeah. And Jeff was warning everybody that the ESA might put all kinds of copyright strikes on all kinds of stuff. He wasn't holding anything back.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I feel like that the more transparency gamers and people just fans of games have out there, I think the better. Obviously, we need to be made aware of these things, and I appreciate the ones who do call out the bigger names out there, because there are so many people that are just, grassroots, obviously, are just trying to make it in the gaming space and they don't want to step on any toes. But that's when bigger corps get away with things, right? So we need to have those big names out there calling people out, and I do appreciate when people do that. So it was good.
Yeah, and Jeff, clearly he's writing his own ticket now. He can put his own events and his own projects together. I think he did an amazing job personally with the kickoff event. Foobs and I kind of recapped that and talked about that. But how do you feel the ESA followed up, Foobs? How do you think they did?
Honestly, no idea.
Yeah.
Just
well, you watched all the streams. How do you think they came together?
There were still games, but I don't coincide any of that with the ESA. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm like, well, the ESA handled this well. They had this thing and they took care of this thing. I was just like, I don't know. I was too busy looking at all the stuff that was coming out and was like,
okay,
I want to play this.
Let me counter that with, and I don't want this to be like a pissing match on the ESA, but I will counter that with the Capcom event, which was on the schedule, as Capcom's got an E3 event, and then Bandai Namco, I think they were a little bit more forthright that it was just going to be House of Ashes, but
which I'm still excited for.
Yeah, exactly. Fine. But I do feel like part of it is that the publishers had to kind of put stuff together quickly to be ready for this, but also it was a little, I don't know, more sizzle than steak, I think, on the part of the ESA. And my thought is, like, the ESA's got these relationships and this history. They should have knocked it out of the park. They should have killed it. Yeah.
Maybe they did kill it.
I saw. I mean, obviously, that I love the Twitter drama. I'm just all about it. I'm sipping that tea. I'm out there with it. I'm liking tweets everywhere. I liked one of Victor Lucas's tweets. I liked one of those. As it's just saying, like, he's available for any kind of consulting on production because. Really, like, yeah, that would have been nice. It would have been nice to have. I mean, they had the right personality there. Like, I loved all of those faces that were up there speaking.
Oh yeah, when their own hosted stuff was cool.
The hosted stuff was really great.
Yeah.
Just they really held their own, and I, like no shade or tea on any of that. It was just like the in-betweens, the things that could have kept me there but didn't. I just didn't.
Yes.
I didn't hang around as long as I would have wanted to. And I'm just thinking back to when I did used to watch E3 from home before I was with you guys at AP. Yeah. Just watching and wishing that I could be there and having all these great production moments that would happen with like Attack of the Show or anything that would happen with G4 that they would do at the events as well. Like, I just feel like they were a little more engaged with things that were happening and just keeping me involved. And I feel like we didn't really have that this time. And I understand there's not an event itself happening, but I don't know. It was just, there was a steak, but maybe no seasoning on it.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep that energy when you're doing it in front of no one.
Yeah.
When it's just like, when it is such a presented thing, like when you're on stage at E3 and people are like, you announce something, everybody loses their mind. Like, yeah, you're like, okay, we're doing something right. And now it's just like, studio, say the thing. It's like Jeff getting excited for Elden Ring. It's finally here.
That was awesome.
But I felt
but it was quiet.
Right?
No, I loved it.
Wait, should I bring this game now? I don't know. It seems like it's obviously one of those games that's not for me, but I'll enjoy other people playing.
Yeah, hopefully the E3 doesn't ever have to go down like this again, But I think one of the things that they could have done is make what Jeff did, the Summer Games Fest kickoff video with little interviews and music stuff. And I think that E3 would have benefited from that. Instead of trying to smear it across 3 days, is to pull like exclusive pieces from the partnerships and make some kind of a video thing that kind of celebrated what E3 was a little bit more.
E3 Palooza.
Yeah.
Would you have liked it to be just one or 2 days, or maybe just two, like a weekend?
Yes. Yeah.
Full,
I think,
and that's it.
I think, people were confused about when E3 started and when it was over and why it had to be structured like this. Yeah. Also, it didn't follow in the footsteps of every other E3 that we've gone to, which usually wrapped up on a Thursday. So it was weird that it wrapped up on a Tuesday, which is, when it usually got started. That's when they usually open with E3, right? It's hard to kind of complain. I just want them to come back, and I want them to make nice with Jeff, but I also want them to make nice with, Sony and everybody else that's out there, because E3, look at how important it has been for all of our careers, right?
Yeah. Well, they made nice with Greg Miller.
Yeah, great. I mean,
after that whole fiasco
of
just
turning him down,
his pass.
Yeah,
they confiscated his pass. Last E3, we were all there together.
Yeah.
When the Raptors won the championship, by the way, that was also the same time.
That's
I just remember, like, they confiscated his pass, and it was all again Twitter beef. It was very exciting, so much drama. But yeah, they mended, and he was hosting E3 this time. So
how'd you like? Sorry, we took your badge. How'd you like to host the show?
Yeah.
Take over the whole damn thing, buddy. Huh?
And I don't even know how many of the people that were there at that time are the same people, but I think the job of the ESA now is to be like the real ambassadors for the whole business and to get everybody back on board, not to have EA have their own thing and Sony have their own thing. There's so much of that. But it will be interesting to see how next year's goes because it will be some live and some digital.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's such a spaced out thing because when you're there in person, you need the days to go and see all the stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, you can stay at home and also watch it on streams and stuff, but when you're there in person, they're like, we got to give people the time of day because you're going to be waiting in line for a certain amount of time if you want to check out this stuff and everybody's got appointments. But when everything's digital and I can just go and watch it again later. Yeah. Does it need to be as long as it was, or can some of the things be tightened up and just package everything a little bit better together?
Well, and you brought up a good point, this being able to play. Like right now, there's a Steam Next event thing happening over the next several days, and there's demos of the games that they're showing off. I think that's also got to be a component from any digital showcases going forward. We should be able to get some hands-on. Really missed that this year, right? Like really missed not only the head-to-head and face-to-face kind of conversations that we would all have.
I miss drinking with my friends. That's what I really miss about E3, guys.
But also
playing and then this one, when you walk by the booth, hey, you got a spot open. Is there a spot open?
You love playing that one. You love playing that one.
Can I come in and see it? I didn't want it. There's a line. I didn't want to. I don't want to piss anyone. It's cool. It's cool. We're cool.
Line cutter.
We're cool. Yeah.
Such a line cutter. It is wild.
We've all been blessed with a little bit of early access on some stuff over the years.
Yeah.
It's
fun. Well, I just follow foods around and like, he's line cutting. Okay, it's
can I bring Marissa? She wants to see it too.
Yeah. It happened a few times. I think that happened with our first Cyberpunk. I think that happened with my first Cyberpunk viewing. Was with you? And you're like, can I get her in? Sure.
I was like, I know this line is crazy and it's Cap. Can I get one of these? Can I get one of these statues? I'm gonna take one. I'm gonna take one and put it over here.
I'm gonna take one.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I have that right here. Oh, I'm gonna make a mess.
Mine is somewhere.
Right.
That's it. That's the one.
Nice.
The one. The first
I had
one.
mine. Nice. Yeah. Well, you can't see it. It's off camera. Oh, you can tell there's a shelf here on the floor. I had this up on the wall and it fell on me and collapsed, and a lot of stuff broke, and I was really sad.
But remember, people were trying to auction these off on eeBay after. I remember.
For like $500 or $600.
I know.
Wow. I was like,
I don't know if you can get that now. After the
20-30 bucks.
And, I feel so bad for CD Projekt Red, you guys. And then their breach as well.
They killed it at E3 this year.
What's that?
They killed it.
Yeah. Ratchet and Clank kind of just puts that game to shame already, doesn't it?
That was Sony's E3. That was Sony's E3 this year.
That was Sony's E3, yeah.
Enjoy the games you see this week. And by the way, Ratchet and Clank drops on Friday. The same day? It's E3?
Holy smokes.
Yeah, I just finally streamed some yesterday and had a blast, or the other day. Thank you, Goku, for the super chats. Bless you for speaking about Capcom. +1 to Vic being a consultant. You're awesome. Thank you so much. I don't think we want to spend too much time on Capcom. What I wanted to do with this was really talk about the best stuff that we saw. Marissa, why don't you tell us why you are excited about Elden Ring?
Are you serious? Wait, Elden Ring? Me? Right. Well, there are like 6 different worlds for you to explore. No, I will never play this game. I will literally never pick this controller up and play this game, not once, not ever. Because
it's been described as a Pokemon meets Dark Souls type of experience.
Okay, well, you lost me at Dark Souls.
Okay. So, I lost you at Dark Souls.
Yeah, you lost me at Dark Souls. But no, I love seeing, people get very frustrated playing games like this, just from software games in general.
That's me.
But I'm the type of gamer, just put it out there if you don't know me, I'm the type of gamer that will completely quit a game if I can't beat a boss after 10 tries. Okay, that's it for me. I'm not having any fun anymore. I understand there is reward there. I'm just not patient enough to get it. So
yeah. So you're not playing Returnal right now then?
No. No,
so Returnal isn't Souls-like though. It's so good.
But it does. But honestly, it looks incredible.
It's amazing.
It looks lovely.
That's my game of the year right now. I can't believe, and I'm not very good at it, but I absolutely love it. Love
Returnal. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was like, Elden Ring is your game of the year.
No. Returnal. I'm actually playing. Foobs,
Pylon gun. That's all I'm saying. Pylon gun, Vic. Best gun in the game.
Okay. You are very excited about Elden Ring, though, Foobs. Why?
It's gotta be, yeah.
Nah,
You're not? You're
not
lying.
really. Not super. I mean, I'm glad that it's coming out.
Yeah.
Looks cool. I like
was-
the soul. I mean, remember, you're talking to a guy who at once hated Dark Souls.
That's right.
Talking
you
about it
said
with Ben. Couldn't stand it. And then
Yeah.
my roommate was like, bro, you got to go in and attack these guys and pay attention to this. And I was like, and then it clicked and I got it. And okay. And then I beat Dark Souls 3 and I was like, got into Demon Souls and then Bloodborne. And I was just like, okay, how much more of this can I get? Is it going to just be like another experience on top of that? Granted, it looks beautiful, but if it just plays like another Souls game, but it has George R. Martin's storytelling.
Yeah.
Okay. It's got mounts that leap in the air. That's cool. I don't know if it's going to be the game that I'm most excited about that I saw at E3, but looks fantastic. But
Yeah, you're just
so
not- you're
did
just not wanting to,
Cyberpunk
like-
when I first saw it.
Oh, geez,
Oh,
don't.
very good. Very good.
Don't.
I'm just saying.
No, this will be executed a little different. Like our
Yeah.
expectations
Yeah,
are
From
not
hasn't
the
let
same
us
as
down.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, you guys, but CD Projekt Red didn't let us down either.
True.
They didn't let us down either. Okay,
True.
that was just. I don't know.
I will say this about Cyberpunk. Once I found the dildo bat, it was the only weapon I used, and I used it as a microphone when everybody talked. So you just walk up to him and just like, what was that you were saying? And it's just the whole time. Like, I don't know how I wasn't banned from Twitch from streaming that. But I was just like, this guy's just walking in with a dick to everybody's face. And just be like, what was that, Keanu? I gotta get my stuff back. Get that thing out of my face.
Oh my God.
You
I'm
always
just
make
saying.
me shoot water out of my nose. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about Halo Infinite. And it is one of, I think, the most important games that they showed off at the show. Marissa, do you think they achieved what they needed to do?
I think no matter what 343 was going to show us, I think we were going to fall in love with no matter what, because obviously I feel like as fans of Halo have trusted 343 from time, and we're just so excited that something is actually happening. The new AI, I was like, yeah, who's this? I'm like, I don't want to talk to you.
Right.
I don't want to talk to you. What's your deal? But that whole storyline could be very intriguing. Like, I'm very excited to learn about what's going on with all that, and like, where is Cortana?
It's gonna be
really gone?
Torcana. Torcana.
Well,
But,
what
like,
they
what?
showed with the little bit of story, I mean, they
Yeah.
were very sly with what they showed with the story. It wasn't much, but
Yeah.
it looked beautiful. The fidelity was incredible. So what we want to see now is the world building, but they really focused on multiplayer, right?
Yeah, they showed off some multiplayer too. I feel like Foobs, that's like, you must be all over that. Is Halo one of those top shooters for you? Is this something you've been waiting for?
I mean, I enjoy me some Halo. The funny thing is, when the first Halo came out, I kind of like played it at friends. It wasn't like my go-to shooter until I got the Halo. Like something happened to my first Xbox, and I had to get a new one, so I got like the green Halo Xbox, which is right there. And then I got into
flex.
Halo, and I was like, sometimes. I don't know
Like,
if you
hey,
can see
relax.
all
We're
my
gonna go through your whole collection right now. Holy
So I
smokes.
was
We
playing
need,
this
we need a
game
Foobs
here.
collection cam.
Jeez.
No, but like that is when I really got into Halo, and then me and my friends, like Halo 2 multiplayer, it was like, okay, it was like one of the first, that and the Return of Castle Wolfenstein on the original Xbox. Those are like my shooters, like my online. I get how this works.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed some Call of Duty. I enjoyed Battlefield. But just like it came out at a good time when Xbox Live had first come out, and that's the thing that got me hooked on Halo. There's been a lot of iteration of Halo since.
They have
but
to. Sorry, Foobs. I just feel like they have to really compete with the other shooters that are out there right now that have made big names for themselves in esports. The whole Halo esports scene has fallen off completely because there has not been a new Halo for a while, and everyone that was making content for Halo, all those content channels that were going really strong for Halo completely fell off because they were just waiting for the new Halo, and it's just been pushed and pushed and pushed. So this, like, I feel this is new life. This is a resurgence for all those channels, for all those gamers that just hung their hats on Halo. It was Halo for so long, because Halo is that game. To me, Halo is that, like, the ultimate shooter. Like, when I think of shooters that are top tier, it is Halo. It's always been Halo. When I think of Xbox, it's always been Halo. So this has to be it. This has to be what brings. I mean, the new, like, Xbox Series X to me has been incredible. It's always on over here. Over the PS5, I just feel like I have more games to enjoy, especially with Game Pass.
Yeah.
But when Halo comes out, I feel like it's over. It's just gonna be on constantly.
Wipe your hard drive clean. Only Halo. It's the only thing on my hard drive. Okay, it loads as fast as possible.
Well, the fact that it's free to play too is just that's a huge throwing the gauntlet down, right?
Yeah.
And
they have to
for multiplayer. When you put the Challenger out there. For Mindshare, it's Battlefield 2042, which had an amazing trailer, but this is a full-price multiplayer experience. Do you think that the game, it's going to be successful, but do you think that they're going to have heavier competition for this game than they've ever had before because of what Halo is doing and all the other free-to-play stuff out there?
Yeah, freemiums. Freemium is really snuffing out the rest of the market here. Like even when you look at mobile games and how much money these companies are pulling in just from being freemium, I understand why publishers and game developers feel the need to go that way because of just how the market is moving, and it's all been with free games. That you just have to, like when you see the success of Fortnite. How do you not want to somehow emulate that yourself with your own game?
It almost feels like an experiment from Electronic Arts. It's like we're going to see if a multiplayer-only full-price thing still has that resonance, still can sort of create that ripple, or if they will be challenged big time. Because the new Call of Duty is coming, and it's coming with a whole bunch of new upgrades to Warzone as well. So it's not just going to be Halo out there. There's going to be other massive things going on.
Well, I guess they would also be competing with themselves with Apex too, right? Like I guess it's their own.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Testing the waters. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's a thing where the competition is always a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have those people
competition when it's $70 US to get the multiplayer Battlefield experience, or it's press the download button for Apex?
I think everybody has their own core groups.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the guys that are paying their $70. They better deliver the $70 multiplayer experience. That's the issue that they have to deal with. Or they're going to be like, well, I can just go play Halo for free. Or unless you have a PlayStation, then you can play Halo. So then you got that to worry about.
Yeah.
But there's that core group that's like, yes, finally. Battlefield, I'm going to play the hell out of because that was probably the sweetest looking thing my eyes saw.
It looks amazing. Yeah.
It looks so good. Just even with the trailer, but not having multiplayer. Somebody was asking me on Twitter, was like,
not having
a lot of people upset about it. And I was like, honestly, usually every one of these presentations, the Call of Duties, the Battlefields, they focus so much time on presentation mode for the single player campaign that all the multiplayer people could give two craps about.
They don't care.
They don't care. They want to play the multiplayer, and that's all they want.
We know the business solution and the decisions around that, but it does feel like features are being pulled out. Now they're going to have to respond with they've got specialists that you can play as, and I think a lot of the storytelling is going to be built in around those characters and stuff, which we're seeing in other games like Apex.
Yeah.
But I think arguably this is probably the prettiest trailer. Elden Ring is gorgeous, and Horizon Forza Horizon 5 is beautiful as well, but I don't know. This is just absolutely stunning, all the dynamic weather effects and everything like that, but I don't know if it's going to be enough.
We love dynamic weather effects.
We sure do. Yeah.
I
love shooting in a sandstorm, okay? I need rain effects like I got in Forza. I need sandstorms like I get in Battlefield. I need planetary shrapnel.
Yeah. I want to know from the chat, are you guys diving into Battlefield? Is that, the price point doesn't scare you off, or do you think that they're kind of crazy to go up head to head against a brand new experience like Halo Infinite, which is going to be free to play? Let's switch over and talk a little bit about some of the Nintendo reveals.
I did that.
Speaking of $70 games, let's talk about $90 games that we all just fork over.
In Canada, yeah. I know.
Oh yeah, sorry, in Canada.
Yeah, the Canadian.
I don't pay those prices.
Okay, well, it's $90 for Mario Party, so.
Got a nope from Hip Hop Dan. No on Randy. Not me for 70 from Goku. No to Battlefield. Honestly, I think that's going to become the big talking point. Everybody's going to go, well, look at these price tags. That's what we talk about in video games too much anyways, but full price for multiplayer, I don't think that's a good move.
How much is the collector's edition of Halo going to cost?
Yeah, the collector's edition for Halo is going to come. All of the collector's editions, including the beautiful one for Metroid Dread. Have you seen that
We
thing?
gotta get it.
I gotta get it, guys. I need more stupid helmets in this room. I don't understand why, but I need them.
I got my chief just sitting up there. I still have my friggin' dragon. I still have my friggin' dragon from that Skyrim collector's edition just hanging out up there.
Talk to me about your thoughts on Metroid. Are you a Metroid fan, Marissa?
Sort of. I didn't play a Metroid 2D scroller though, so this is gonna be. This is, I feel like, going to be.
You were like 5 when those games were out.
Sure, yeah, yeah, why not 2? Why not 3? Yeah, they're just didn't experience that, and I feel like just watching this trailer, I'm like, okay, you know what, this is gonna get me really to experience the Metroidvania of Metroid games. You know, like this is going to bring me into it. Love the idea of the story and going back. There's so much lore there that I feel like I need to dive into. Remember when Metroid Other M came out and I'm like, all right, you know what? See you again, never, Metroid. Like, forget you. I'm out. So this is
she kept having to get
permission from the bro.
Yeah, that was pretty terrible.
To do her thing. Like, I don't think so.
Yeah, the story was terrible in that. The action was pretty fun in the game, but it was excruciating to have to deal with all of that.
Marissa was the Other M.
Yeah.
This whole time.
That is the Metroid that is not spoken of anymore. We have tried to scrub that from our memory banks. This is Mercury Steam, the Spanish developer that worked on Samus Returns.
On the 3DS, right?
And Foobs and I were, for the 3DS, which was awesome. Foobs and I were freaking out about this. In the cold light of another day, what do you think, my friend? Does it still stack up? Are you still hyped?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably my favorite thing that I saw at the Nintendo press conference. I mean, because I was asking for it and playing. Even while playing Ratchet and Clank, I was like, man, I just want a 2D side-scrolling Metroid. I don't need to collect. I'd love a collection of the primes. That'd be great. Yeah. But if I can't get that, if they're not going to give me a new experience or something, but Metroid Dread was announced in like 2004, 2006 or something.
I know. Yeah,
it was announced a very, very, very long time ago.
They canceled it, and I think they sort of back-pocketed it. But Matt Casamassina, who used to work at IGN, actually broke that story 15, 16 years ago, which is hilarious. But I'm glad that it's there.
Been in development for a long time.
But I love that it's part of the lore of the development about Metroid. And Metroid isn't one of the biggest selling of the IPs that Nintendo has. So it's always on the cusp of whether they're going to go for it or not, but it's incredibly important, just like every other character-based series that they have there.
Yeah, Samus as a character herself is incredibly important to the Nintendo family. So yeah, I mean, absolutely continue to give her love. We don't have her amiibo sitting on our shelves for no reason.
That's right. Yeah, and we call on her in Smash for multiple reasons.
There you go.
We got another Metroidvania that was announced through the Summer Game Fest, I think. And it's taken great influence from the Metroid series. Axiom Verge 2, which is also going to be coming to other platforms. It was first announced as a Nintendo Switch Nindy, but now it's going to be on everything. Did you guys have a chance to dig into the video on this and get a sense of what's happening with Axiom Verge?
I just see Axiom Verge. I think Sean Hatton. Like, I don't know. It is just such a Sean Hatton game and experience. I don't know how else to describe. I don't know how else to describe Axiom Verge.
I hear you. Foobs, you love the first one?
Love the first one. Played the hell out of it just because I enjoy that good 2D side-scrolling goodness, man. There's something about it. It takes me back, and when it's a fresh take again, like I threw him back. If you hadn't played The Mummy Demastered again, go find it and play it. But this is just more of the same, and it sucks that this was announced. It was announced before Metroid, right?
Yeah,
sure. Yeah, because it's Summer Game Fest stuff.
Well, so it's been in development. I think they announced it at a Nintendo Switch Indie Showcase like 6 months ago.
This is the first time we're seeing it.
Yeah, this is the first time we're actually getting a really meaty look at the gameplay. And it's much more melee based than the first game was, so it's not a direct kind of connection to Metroid or a direct comparison to Metroid, but it's in that style, absolutely.
Yeah. And I mean, again, I played the first one. I'll probably play through the first one again.
Yeah.
To get myself ready for the sequel.
Yeah. Again.
It looks so damn good. It's interesting to see the sprite-based work that Tom Happ did for.
He's so great.
He's amazing. A singular entity. Great. So powerful.
Yes.
Most
But
people
it's
are.
cool
so
to see
fun.
that's all pixelated because it's all of his pixel work, his fine pixel work, and then this Metroid is all moving into the sort of rudimentary polygonal kind of design, but it still works, still flows.
Yeah,
Looks
to someone
amazing.
who really loves a certain style of video game and wanted to pay homage to that style of video game and did it so well. And
Yeah.
no, like hats off to him for sure.
Totally. We also got another classic Nintendo franchise that is coming back from the dead, and that is Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp. And this made
is this a
me
Foods game?
very happy. I've been talking about Advance Wars as a perfect fit for the Switch for a long time. What were your thoughts on this one, Marissa? Did you ever play
This
Advance
is,
Wars?
I'm like looking at Foobs. I'm like, is this a Foobs game? This is a Foobs game for sure.
This was a-
This is a Victor Lucas game.
This was a
This
Game
is a,
Boy
oh, this is a
Advance
Victor Lucas
game.
Okay.
Yeah, and I reviewed the original Game Boy Advance games on the show, and I was like, these are so cool. Everybody should go and play these things. And I don't
Did you
think
review
enough.
that one?
how he
In
sounded.
the, did
I
you
sound
review
just
that one
like
in a
that.
hot tub? Did you review that one
Maybe
in a
this
hot
one
tub?
in a hot tub.
Okay.
But
I remember watching
would-
that review. This is so fun.
This is
You
a
guys
very
are going
fun
to-
game. I don't think enough people did play it though, because it's sort of been in hibernation. While Fire Emblem, which was the same, it was I think Intelligent Systems was making both. They were making Fire Emblem and Advance Wars. Fire Emblem just kept cranking them out. There's tons of Fire Emblem games, and Advance Wars just kind of went to sleep for a while. And this one is being made by Way Forward, and it's polygonal. But it's a remake of the original two campaigns, which is really cool. They're all
Pretty sure
done-
Way Forward did the Mummy Demastered also.
Did they? They're so good over
just
there.
saying.
Just saying.
Killing
All
it.
right. This has been an E3 hype fest for the Mummy Demastered. So the
Check it
whole-
out.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
so good.
This is so cool. Victor Lucas, you have the best people who watch you, honestly. Like this chat is so nice.
They're amazing.
They're like the nicest people in the whole wide world.
I know.
Just like real gamers talking about games. Like there's not trolling. This is just like actual game conversation. This is
They're
wonderful.
human beings. These are EP fans, guys. This is it.
This
I mean,
makes me so happy.
we talk to real people. We weren't talking. I don't mean to throw shade at
Bots.
the YouTubers and the
Paid
tweeters,
bots.
the Twitch tweeters, the Twitch people out there. But I think there is a real caustic kind of vibe around
Yes.
a lot of this stuff, and
Yeah,
our
it's so
people
true.
don't put up with any of that, which is amazing.
That makes me so happy.
Yeah, no, it's incredibly gratifying, and I'm humbled every time I stream, and it's
It's
always
very
fun.
rare. It's
I know.
very rare.
I know. These
That's what
guys are
I-
incredible.
Yeah, I put something out there too. I was just saying, no matter if you liked the presentations this year at E3, or you hated, or you loved them, or you hated them, it's a pandemic year. And the
Yeah.
fact that we even get anything this year
Totally.
is, I'm grateful enough that we get that.
Absolutely. And we have a ton to be excited about, too. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
we've already listed like 10 of them, and there's still tons more to talk about.
Yeah.
Let's move on to another Nintendo game partnered with Ubisoft. I think this one put a smile on your face, Marissa.
What, rabbits?
Yeah, Mario plus Rabbids.
Like, her smiles like this.
Those wascally little wabbits.
Yes.
They're
Are you
always
more-
they're always up to no good, you know. They're always causing trouble for me. I'm like, just get out of here. You get out of here. No, it's cute. I really loved when I saw it with the Ubisoft presentation. I thought that was a highlight of their
Yeah.
presser.
You
for
could have watched
sure.
it earlier.
Did you play
was
the?
leaked.
Yeah, you could have check out the leak that Nintendo
Oh, the
did.
leak. Leaks are so dumb. Leaks are so stupid, guys.
It
hate leaks.
happens.
Need a good plumber.
When Nintendo.
You need a good plumber, like Mario.
Right. Oh, very, very
See,
good.
you always catch that. Okay, that was good.
Well,
I like you, Food.
if Nintendo can leak, it can happen to anybody, right? I mean, that's a
That's
company is just like they're so policed over there. They're so strong at secrecy, and if they can make a mistake and leak a game like this, anybody can do it. Did you play the first Mario plus Rabbids game?
Ubisoft? Yes. Yes.
What were your thoughts? Do
No,
you wanna-
I don't.
You want to recount the story?
No, I
and-
remember. No, I don't remember the story at all. Oh my god, are you crazy? No, it's just one of those games that doesn't hook me for a long time, which is why I don't have it like stored in the memory bank. It's not a Mario game that I am enamored with, if that
Yep.
makes sense. I know it seems like it's cute and I would be really into it, but it's just not the gameplay itself isn't something that I'm like, oh, I want to jump into Mario and Rabbids today. Don't ever think that way at all about that game. Like it doesn't hook me that way. But it's a pick up and play kind of vibe. So if
Strategy.
the move should strike you to strategize, then sure. jump in and play a little Mario Rabbids.
Do you play Fire Emblem? Do you like the Fire Emblem franchise? Or do you find
oh my god, that game sucks the life out of you. Like it takes so much. Takes so much out of you. Like I'd rather just tend to my farm in Stardew, to be honest.
So
like if I'm gonna put that much time and effort into something.
So you've played Fire Emblem, but again, it's not for you. You're not a big fan of that kind of thing.
I feel like for those games, I need to take time off of work.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I need to take time, because the second I leave them, I don't think I'm going to ever go back. It's the same thing with like when I left Animal Crossing, same vibe. You spend so much time with it, you love it so much, but if you leave it for more than a week, are you going to go back to it? Probably not, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same vibe with those games for sure. You need to keep your head in it. So I need to be addicted to it. I need to take time off work and just sit down with it and enjoy for hours and hours and hours. And that's why I say pick up and play action for those kinds of games, because that's something that I can go back to, just like anything else on the Switch, like Tetris 99 or Pac-Man 99, which is so much fun, by the way.
Yeah.
So much fun, by the way. If you haven't downloaded those games, just such a good time. Or like even Hades, that kind of like, I just jump in and give it an hour and then jump out, and I don't need to think
Bowser's
about
Fury.
it again.
Yes. I mean, there's something totally different. The strategy games, and I think that you're going to probably find this when you check out Advance Wars as well, they're so granular. And they really, I mean, they were born out of, especially the Nintendo stuff, they were born out of handhelds where you were like leaning in. It was almost like you're falling into the screen to kind of check out all of the details and all the minutia. And it can drive you a bit crazy.
What's the one where we're doing our own cartography? It's a Nintendo, I think it's a Nintendo game, Switch game. I'm sure chat will know.
I'm not sure.
You do your own, like you actually have to figure out the map yourself too, and like map it out. It's just like you get completely lost in it. I can't think of the name of it now.
Is it Cardo?
No, sorry. Maybe chat knows.
There's a role-playing game that you manipulate a map around a little bit like that.
Wind Waker. You talking about Wind Waker?
It's not Wind Waker.
You talking about Wind Waker? Nope. Sea of Thieves. Skull and Bones.
Were you a big Mario and Rabbids fan, Foobs? No.
You're like, screw that game.
I'm just not like into strategy games isn't my thing.
Yeah, I'm picking
like
that up from both of you.
XCOM,
I'm getting it.
It's hard to like get into
now
XCOM
I mean it's becoming clear to me, because you guys are obsessive players, but these games have an audience, but they don't cross over so that everybody likes them. And you would think out of all of the strategy games that Mario and Rabbids would do that most effectively. And to hear that neither of you are that big a fan of the franchise?
I would like to know who their audience is specifically, and if I could just have a little chat with them for a while.
Ruby got pretty sucked in. She really liked it. My daughter Ruby, she once she started to see all of the intricate kind of move sets and the different weapons and the different tactics that the characters had, she got pulled into it. But it is, you're right, their time sucks, and you do replay stages over and over again, just like XCOM. XCOM is like the granddaddy of all of these types of games.
Geez.
And you make mistakes and you learn from them and you try them again. They're almost like a hybrid of a strategy game and a roguelike in a way, because you try to keep everybody alive. And in Fire Emblem, famously, you would lose all your characters. And Advance Wars simplified the formula a little bit, and this one did too. But pretty big year for strategy game reveals at E3. The one that we didn't get, there was going to be a Firaxis Marvel XCOM type game, and that was
I could understand, like, that piques my interest.
I want to play that.
I can get behind that.
Yeah, we didn't get that.
I can
so
dive into that.
can't
Marvel
really,
in the cinematic.
You won't, Foobs. You're not gonna play that. Don't lie.
I might.
He would.
It's got Marvel. I like Marvel characters. I like Ultimate Alliance.
You're still playing Spelunky. You have the patience.
Still playing Spelunky 2 today.
You have
just
the
today,
patience of a wise old man.
His favorite game of all time.
There was one other tactics game, and this one is so niche. This is niche times niche.
You want Metal Slugs?
Because you get Metal Slug Tactics. So you have to be into Metal Slug.
Times niche.
So it's like you're carving your audience down even further. But I am all about this game. I can't wait for it. So you got to like the old run and gun scrolling Metal Slug games and those crazy characters fighting these pseudo Nazis. And you also got to dig, tile-based strategy games like Advance Wars or Final Fantasy Tactics or something like that. I'm fired up for this, but I don't think neither of you are.
No, there's clearly an audience for it if all of these big names, these big franchises are coming out with their own tactics game. Yes, but you're bringing back memories now of Final Fantasy Tactics because I put it on the iPad. I reviewed it with Sean.
Right.
Just how much time I put into it.
They take
to,
a lot
get into
of
the
time.
groove
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole Metal Slugs thing. I think we reviewed a Metal Slugs game on iOS too. That was a port there as well. But like, I can't imagine playing a Metal Slugs Tactics game. I mean, sure, there will be an audience for this. 100%. Why would they make it?
So it's someone's game of the show.
It's someone's game. Yeah, that's
I feel
right.
like I am the most hyped out of these tactical games. I am fired up. I want all of them. They're all in my my list of the biggest games there, but not so much for you guys. Out of the three, what excites you the most? Advance Wars, Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope, or Metal Slug Tactics?
I guess Mario.
Yeah, I'd say Metal Slug
back-of-the-box
because we've
quote
already
right
had
there
a Mario
from
and
Marissa.
Rabbids game.
I guess Mario.
Yeah.
Marissa Roberto, Electric Playground. And Foobs, what would you say?
I'd say Metal Slug just because we've already had a Mario and Rabbids, and I'd be just interested to see how the look of Metal Slug is.
It's going to look like Metal Slugs, but you're going to have tactics.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but they don't have any sort of preconceived ideas of what that can be. I'm with you, Foobs. They can and Advance Wars 1 and 2 we're just playing what we already played before, but it's all been prettied up for the Switch. But Metal Slug Tactics, yes, I agree. That could
Hell
be the
yeah,
shocker.
Vic! Metal Slug's Tactics.
Yeah,
bro.
there we go. We got some
MST.
energy. Woohoo! For
MST.
strategy games.
Never mind. Let's shout out Jason in the chat, okay? Jason just dropped a full fin. He dropped
fin.
a $5.
Yes.
Okay? So holding out hope for any
It's
positive.
like two toonies and a loony up in this piece.
Yes, I love seeing this crew together. You're the best, man. It's like two toonies and a loony in this piece.
Two tunes and a loon. There we go.
That's kind of us. Thank
Rob,
you,
like
Jason.
Marissa's super convincing. I'm sorry, you guys. No, play the game. You let me know.
We can't all love everything. That's the way
Someone
it
in
is.
chat's like, wait, you don't like tactics?
You don't
Marissa
like-
gives it a meh out of 10.
Maybe Mario, Marissa Roberto, Electric Playground. Back in the box. On the poster. Jason, I would love to see Dino Crisis come back. I'm with you, pal. It certainly wasn't at that Capcom press conference. Did you watch that, Marissa?
What? Sorry, I'm reading chat. Say it again.
The Capcom presser that they put on. Did you watch that?
No.
That's
I
what
did not watch
what
Capcom.
precipitated my tweet about being available to consult on some of these
Oh,
videos.
that was the ticket. Okay, didn't
Yeah.
know what set you off, but I'm happy that we
was
know
it.
that.
That was
Victor Lucas
excruciating.
was mad.
He was not.
Oh yeah.
You know what? But I was actually wondering what was going on because it was Victor Lucas, but a couple of other people were tweeting some negative things around the same time.
It was, because we all love Capcom. We expect it's Capcom at E3. What do we go? Let's party. It's going to be awesome. What the hell? I said that about a million times. Anyways, we did not get any Dino Crisis. Jason, you got us going on that. Let's talk about something that I know you guys will both be excited about. Let me see if I can find it. All right.
Bet.
Actually, I don't know if both of you will be excited about it.
I was so excited to be excited.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to find it. Let's see. Evil Dead.
Evil Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead.
That maybe food.
Not for you, Marissa. No.
No.
Not
You guys.
No.
I don't.
Another
I
meh.
don't,
Girth, stop it.
I don't like feeling the need to run for my life
Right.
all the
Right.
time.
That is an
in-
element of these
in
games
my-
for sure.
That is the main element of the game.
Well, I'm kind of going from trend to trend here because we have Evil Dead, which actually looks really fun. And were it not in a year that Back for Blood, which also looks really fun, this is the Warner Brothers Turtle Rock game, which is going to be out soon. They're going into beta in August. That looks really, really cool. But I think what has happened is Arcane and Bethesda have come in with Redfall. And even though
Thirst for blood.
it comes out next year, and we don't really get a sense of what exactly the gameplay is yet. It's a co-op shooter against vampires, and there's magic abilities and all kinds of cool robot
Great
technology.
characters.
They threw a little bit of everything into it, plus that beautiful character design from Arcane.
Yeah.
I think Redfall takes it. And the other trend of E3 2021, which is the co-op shooters, are back in a big way.
It's the only one without a number in the title. Gets my vote. Redfall.
Redfall looks pretty good.
Redfall
scary,
looks freaking cool. It really does.
Yeah.
It looks like it's more
It's
than
going to be
just
a tactics game. Son of a bitch.
Psych.
No, I didn't see that coming.
a last minute change on the genre. And I'm going to get you two to review it together. That would be amazing.
My God. Yeah, can you give us 2 months to work on it?
Yeah.
Kate, but seriously, like, I love how so many people, because there was a whole Reddit thread going, because people thought that the new Elder Scrolls game was going to be called Redfall, because there was rumors of Redfall. So people just put two and two together. They were like, oh, it's Bethesda. Like, it's got to be, this is the new Elder Scrolls, the Elder Scrolls Redfall. And there was so much disappointment when there was no Elder Scrolls, and Redfall ended up being an entirely different game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, felt that pain there a little bit, obviously, because I was really
I think they would have had
a
bigger shock if we didn't have Back 4 Blood and Evil Dead, you know. And there was another one out there, I've forgotten the name of it, but there's all of these co-op shooters where there's hordes and
Rainbow
hordes
Six.
of things chasing you right now. Okay.
Yeah.
What about Moonglow Bay? Let's go in a totally different direction. Did you guys catch this one? This one is set in Canada, and it's a little bay, and you have to go on fishing expeditions.
Thunder Bay? T-Bay?
It's kind of like a Thunder Bay,
It looks so cool. This is the one made by Bunny Hug Games, right?
Something like that. I think Elias does the voice over acting for it. He does the narration for it.
That is so cute. It looks really cute, right? It's the really cute looking one.
Super cute, and it's
I was all over this.
This is a M-Rob exclusive.
But
This is the yeah.
There's a game called The Tourist. Have you guys played The Tourist?
Yeah.
No, is it scary?
I absolutely love that
not
game.
scary
No,
at all.
not scary. It's just like this. It's a voxel-based adventure game. This game, the focus is on fishing. The fishing is a super core dynamic. It's what keeps the town thriving. And so you have to catch the fish and cook them.
Stardew.
Yeah, and it looks really cute.
It looks super cute. Yeah, this is Bunny Hug Games, I believe. And Bunny Hugs are what we call hoodies in Saskatchewan.
Okay.
It's like, that's what we call it. So it's just very cozy. And so it's just like a tie back to a cozy game. And I feel like cozy games have kind of made a name for themselves in the gaming space and in the gaming sphere, especially on TikTok. I'm noticing a bunch of different accounts pop up just talking about cozy games, because it's bringing in a whole different genre of gamer that maybe thought that they couldn't get into video games before because they, saw their parents or their brother playing a shooter and they just couldn't get into it in any way. And they just felt like gaming wasn't for them. And I just feel like cozy games have, brought so many people into games that realize that maybe they could be gamers too. And this is one of those games that could also, I feel like, bring in a whole different era and different genre of gamer that maybe had never played video games before, and they might start with fishing.
That's what Animal Crossing did through the pandemic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know, it's so true.
Remember
those days.
I don't know if you guys caught the Wholesome Games stream, but there was 75 games. It was a separate thing on Saturday, I think, and it was like a Saturday morning stream. They had 75 games like Moonglow Bay. Everything was very accessible. One of the games, your grandmother had fallen, and you had to walk with your grandma around to make sure that she was okay, and that was the game.
Is that like Grandma Simulator or?
It was something like that.
I'm just kidding. There are just so many different simulators.
We just got a huge 9 toonies and 2 loonies from
Whoa.
Karen N.
Karen N, come through.
Thank you so much, Karen.
Thank you.
That's very kind. That's very sweet. Yeah, but I was thinking about this exact thing with wholesome games. It's like that is exactly what the world needs right now, are more wholesome games, more ways in. It's not just about co-op shooters and tactical strategy games.
Yeah. Matthew's like, speaking of wholesome, did anyone watch the Devolvers? I think he means Devolver. Yeah, Devolver's presentation. It's like, that wasn't wholesome. Yeah.
That was not wholesome, but incredible.
There's holes or something.
And one of the games actually made it on this list here. It's Death's Door, where you play as you play a crow with a certain set of skills. You have the ability to go off and take out all kinds of enemies. It's got some pretty incredible action adventure, or like action combat kind of flourishes in there. But then there's also a cool adventure element where you're like a detective in a noir kind of based thing.
And his name is
such
Russell.
a cool design.
A detective bird.
Russell
Yeah,
Crowe.
with a giant
His
sword.
name is Russell Crowe.
I love it. Well, the visuals are terrific. It's made by the same company that made Titan Souls, which I'm pretty sure you guys didn't play. Did you play Foobs?
Yeah.
Ah,
I
yeah.
reviewed that.
Did you like
Reviewed
Titan
it with-
Souls?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just get my arrow skills.
Yes.
He's such a liar. That sounded like a 6 out of 10. Yeah.
No, I
that
think
was
you
about
liked it.
That was about an 8. It was about an 8.5.
Yeah, it's a well.
I
This
enjoyed
is
Decent Titan Souls.
this is Titan Souls kind of core gameplay, but enhanced with some really beautiful artwork and another
Is it
layer
like a
of
mix
storytelling.
between Titanfall and Dark Souls?
It's like an old classic Zelda game. Titan Souls is, but you only fight the bosses, and you die a lot. You have to kind of learn their mechanics, but it's
So Dark Souls.
incredibly well crafted. So it has the
better.
Souls difficulty, but it's got more.
But
of an
not any mechs. Okay.
Yeah, well, it veers in that direction. Nothing has the Souls difficulty, right,
Okay.
Foobs?
Just
But
the
anyways, Death's Door doesn't look quite like that. It looks more like a Smash TV dual stick kind of influence thing with this noir aesthetic, which speaks to me. Can't wait for that. There was
What
another
looks like Bastion? Jake Deep says looks like Bastion.
a little Bastion, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, little
Death's Door.
Bastion. Yeah, it's super
Yo,
cool
that's
looking.
Tight. Yeah.
There was an awesome sci-fi game that I don't know anything about, but they had a stop traffic trailer in the Xbox presentations called Atomic Heart. And I don't know if you guys, I think Foobs and I talked about this a little bit, but I don't know if you've seen this one, Marissa.
You don't have to tell me, Vic. I was there.
You were there. Well, tell me about this, Jim Carrey. Tell me what this game's all about.
Well, let me tell you something, Victor. This game looks pretty sweet. No. Love the character design. Don't know what the game is. I mean, I assume it's a first-person shooter.
Looks a
But
little
it looks a little Bioshocky.
Bioshock, Half-Life.
You know what I
kinda
mean?
Thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm intrigued. I'd love to hear more and see more. It looks incredible. Just another one of those games. The Xbox press conference looked fantastic.
Yeah.
Putting that
We've
Xbox
got a-
Series X to use.
Yeah,
We've
seriously,
got a
that
ways to
presentation
wait.
was so good.
Yeah.
The whole Xbox, I mean, that was it for E3, right? Like it was the Xbox showcase, because that to me was what felt like E3, and everything else was like, okay. I mean, the Nintendo Direct, yeah, but it was like Xbox was special.
Xbox did a really good job. They really did. Obviously Game Pass is what they're selling, but they sure gave people a lot of reasons to want to have Game Pass. They did a very good job with that.
Yeah.
And
If
actually,
the people who don't have Game Pass watch this and weren't at least intrigued as to scoping it out and seeing how much it costs and what you're getting for the value,
totally
you're crazy.
absolutely crazy.
Oh my gosh,
much day
so
one
true.
stuff.
Yeah.
Like, how many people have to tell you it's the best deal in gaming before you get it? It is the best deal in gaming.
Well,
hands
I mean,
down.
one of the titles that really underlines that is the fact that Starfield is going to be exclusive on Xbox and PC. Yeah, X going to give it to you, and it's going to be available day one on Game Pass. And I know that there's a lot of haters around Bethesda, a lot of people that are skeptical because of issues with Fallout 76 and some Fallout 4 haters.
You're living
out
in
there.
the past, man.
Yeah, but this game, I mean, what we're looking at in the trailer is these are the game graphics. This is what
Look
it's
at that
going to look
that
like.
Sandwich. It's probably
It's
the
so
greatest
good.
looking digital sandwich I saw this year.
Easily.
Easily.
Well,
hands down.
All the buttons and all the widgets that you can, toggle and press in your little capsule.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
it's
you
like-
need this. You need the old Steel Battalion controller to play
Yeah,
it.
totally.
You just got to take up your whole desk.
Yeah.
You're like, what is this? Are we getting any more
Yeah,
games
that
for
would be
this?
it.
Oh,
Are
it
we
just
getting
looks
any-
amazing. You
Do
can
you
see.
guys want to go back out in space? Like, you care about that, or
Yeah, I'm off. I'm
Okay,
over
okay,
Earth.
okay. Oh, you're
I'm
over.
Earth. Let's
Okay.
travel. Let's travel
Okay.
again.
All right, Elon. Just want to
the
you want to get out there.
Starfield to the moon.
Marissa, you're such a huge Skyrim fan. You're not interested in the.
No, I am, and of course I love Bethesda, but you guys know how I feel about space. Okay, it's scary out there.
She needs it.
and I don't really. I would rather just live on Earth, but back in whatever Elder Scrolls time they want to take me to. Okay, let's go to
Okay.
Tamriel.
Okay.
I don't
know
need.
if you're
coming
aware
too.
of this. I don't know if you're aware of this, Marissa, but Earth is technically a part of space. You're in space.
We're all made of
Don't
stardust.
make me think about it. I get anxiety when I think about
Is that true?
Yeah, Yes.
So you can't play things like Alien Isolation, like that would be the death of you. Okay.
Gravity is her favorite movie of all time.
Guys, I tried to play Dead Space. I tried.
Oh my God, Dead Space that nearly took me out. That's hardcore.
Oh, I'm sad. I'm surprised we didn't see that. There's the guys that made Dead Space are making the new game that kind of looks like Dead Space.
Yes, that's also been a problem this year, is because there's been all of these little video
Speaking of Dead Space
things all the way along, right? Like every couple of months, there's been some other kind of thing revealed. So again, I put that on ESA, saying, why didn't they tie that up? Why didn't they go out to the publishers and make sure that this was the place that they were, like Elden Ring going to Summer Game Fest was a total coup for Jeff, but a total, drop ball on the part of ESA. They've got the money and the relationships and the history. So it's surprising, but it speaks to the opportunity that Jeff had with Summer Game Fest. But Starfield, I think objectively, that's probably the thing that is the most exciting. It's the farthest away, but the fact that Bethesda's internal team is working on a new thing for the first time in 25 years is incredibly exciting. They're putting everything they got into that game. New engine, new tech, all of the writing experience that they have, all the money that they have. It's going to be massive.
They're putting all their eggs in that basket. So, when is Elder Scrolls going to be done?
Well, that's the same group of people, so they got to finish that.
So, do I really want this game? No, I wanted Elder Scrolls this whole time.
Well, I'll tell you what. They're done with Starfield. It's pretty much done. What they're doing now, it's probably feature complete. What they're doing for the next year is the
PS5 Xbox Series X upgraded version of Skyrim.
Skyrim.
No, but what they're going to be doing now is tuning everything and squashing the bugs and trying to make it as beautiful. And now they have Microsoft Bank too, right? Now they have Microsoft's suite of external partners and their QA and all of that. So it's going to be primo. But what that means is that Todd is probably already working on the next Elder Scrolls, as well as our Indiana Jones game, because he's on Indiana Jones as well.
Do I just play Elder Scrolls Online, honestly? Because I heard it was kind of toxic, and I'm not sure if I should even
it's a good game. It was fun when I played it ages ago, but I would expect some toxicity for sure. Yeah.
I don't want to deal with people.
It's out there.
I'd like to experience the game, but not have to play with people.
I've got a couple of other ones. This one, I don't know if you've seen this one, M-Rob. It is. It's called Sifu, and it is
the fighting game, right? He was just he's taking care of people, taking care of business in hallways and office spaces.
Very much.
Reminds me of that Born Identity or Born whatever, the Jason Bourne game we got.
Right.
It was so good, man. The fist of cuffs and the hand-to-hand combat in the game was so good.
This is coming up pretty soon, and
they showed a trailer off for this a while ago.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think they're just kind of reminding us that it's coming out. So they just added a nightclub sequence here, but it just looks so freaking fun.
It looks good, yeah.
It looks like one of the awesome
Arkham
scenes in
Combat.
Daredevil or something like that.
Looks like it's got Arkham Combat, but you're doing badass.
John
Wick style.
Ooh.
Kung
Yeah,
Fu.
we love this.
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait for this game. It's coming out in August. Another really, really sweet indie title out there. And there were a couple of other cool ones. There was a game called Loot River, which popped up in the Day of the Devs presentation. And this one was a very interesting kind of top-down Diablo-like game, but you can also control the docks and the surfaces that you can climb on. And so it introduces kind of this puzzle mechanic to it. So I think that this is one of those surprise kind of reveals around
Marissa, imagine Dark Souls and Tetris.
Wow. Yeah, I'm just reading chat. I got the Bloodborne Tetris.
Bloodborne
Tetris.
From
also
Tokamak Games.
Wait, okay, there was a sleeping dog shout out in the chat, I think because of Sifu, just because of
yeah.
Vibes.
Also good combat.
Yeah, there's some good combat in that for sure.
Man, rip, that whole studio.
Avery's for UFG. That's so sad.
Yeah.
They were so ahead of their time.
They were so good. So ahead of their time, the parents hadn't met yet.
They were confusing to everybody that they worked with. They had some amazing things in the pipeline too. They got kind of squashed even by the Disney Infinity stuff because they were working on a bunch of Disney Infinity. and
Ripped Disney
all of that
And ripped
falling
Disney
apart.
Infinity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Capitalism.
Capitalism, yeah. Disney making huge changes like that. Well, Disney's also made a very huge decision recently. They partnered with Square Enix on Avengers, but also Guardians of the Galaxy, which was shown off.
Yeah, that looked
I'm
good.
excited about this, but I think you guys could probably predict that. How excited are you guys?
A 9 out of 10 from Victor Lucas. No, I thought it looked amazing. I'm not sure if it's something that I'll spend a lot of time with, but it looked good.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to play it. I'm a big fan of Guardians. Just the franchise. The movies got me super excited for the franchise.
No, because I'm over Chris. I'm over that Chris. I'm done with that Chris.
That
Okay,
Chris is
so
over?
like it's over. It's Chris's over party for that Chris.
Schwarzenegger?
Why?
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Why?
I'm
What
done
did
with
he
that
do?
one. Oh God, there's some tea. Oh, we won't discuss it. This is not the time or place.
What are you brewing?
Yeah. Did he do something to you personally?
No.
Okay. All right. Okay, that would be
That's
some
not
tea.
me personally, but but I get really heavily involved in some of this gossip going around, and I just like that's it. I'm done with you.
Oh man.
Chris is
okay.
over party.
Well, that
I
sucks.
eliminated one of the Chris's from the Chris pile, and he's the one. He's off.
There's a surplus of them, so
There was
no worries. There's
still
still
Chris Pine
Pine.
though. Never mind. Chris Pine was good. Chris Pine was good.
Chris
Okay.
Pine is a good one.
Oh, he's a good one.
All right, good. All right, glad that's sorted. Ubisoft had an innovative take on racing, and Far Cry 6 we could have thrown in there, but I think that there's a predictability with that game. Riders Republic, we've seen this before, but I think they had a pretty bang-up trailer. They had a nice showcase in their Ubisoft thing. Did you guys
Ooh.
dig this?
I feel like he's
Yeah.
gonna show it off right now. It looks so good.
Yeah.
Ooh, it looks so pretty.
It's definitely pretty, but it's the one where it's like it's all team-based point scoring. I'm curious to see how that works. Like, is it going to be like, oh, we got one guy on bikes, one guy on a squirrel suit, one guy on a skateboard?
It's like an extreme sports MotorStorm. And MotorStorm is an
Remember MotorStorm?
underappreciated racing
MotorStorm,
franchise
yeah.
on PlayStation. And
Yeah.
I love those games.
It's
And,
taking us way back to the old PS3.
hey, we exist in every era. Electric Playground's been here the whole time. So, yeah, we travel through time often on this channel. But Riders Republic, I think it looks like there's something special. The other thing that I dig about it, Ubi's got a lot of tried and true brands, and they sure brought them out over the last little while. But this is a new risk for them, even though it's based on tech and a team that's worked in extreme sports before with Steep, and it's open world, and it's the what are the snow drop engine that they use. It looks really fun. It looks like it's going to be a blast.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a fun party game. Seems like there's lots of different. There's a little bit for everybody who's into the old extreme sports
Yeah.
genres to sort of dabble into.
It's still pretty nichey.
Yeah.
Still pretty nichey, but yeah.
I what's interesting is like these were some of the biggest types of games. Well, SSX and Tony Hawk especially, but then there was like the surfing games and BMX. Like these were some of the biggest games in the business, and then zoop, all gone. And then slowly but surely, little bits and pieces of risk, and some indie devs and stuff have been taking some risks in that direction too. But it's like it's creeping back. And this is a big concept, this Riders Republic. If they can, give equal sort of
Didn't EA try to do
attention to
something
everything.
similar?
Yeah, they did.
Like got scrapped?
Criterion was going to work on that, but that was all engine-based. It was almost like a take on MotorStorm.
Okay.
But it better, like the Burnout guys working on a MotorStorm game. That was incredibly exciting, and then Star Wars came along, and they all had to shift over to that and Need for Speed. But I hope that this Riders Republic is very cool. It certainly looks like it's got a lot of promise. And then there's one other indie title, which we don't know too much about, but the aesthetic is incredible. It's called Replaced.
Yeah.
I think this stood out for you, Foobs. It has like a next generation Dead Cells kind of thing going.
It's more like Inside.
And Inside,
But it's weird because it's got like there's all this chaos and weird robots and enemies, but you're like this family, and I'm like,
that's Somerville.
No, you're thinking
Somerville.
of
Yeah,
Somerville.
no, never mind.
Yeah, you're thinking of
Scratch that.
Somerville.
Reverse
because
everything
that
I said.
does look like Inside. Yeah. I'm like, wait.
Yeah,
It's the same people who made Inside for Somerville.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
Somerville, which I have a little bit of footage, but Replaced is different, but there are some similarities with Somerville and some of that scrolling adventure stuff that you would see in a
this
Playdead
is
game.
Replaced. You're right.
But
You're right, Vic. You're right. You got this one right. I was wrong.
It has a little Dead Cells kind of vibe to it. Not in the preamble, not in the storytelling that they've done, but then when we get into the combat, it feels very flowy and very cool. I don't know how fast it gets, but it's got a Blade Runner kind of thing going for it too, man. It just looks awesome.
Now I'm looking at it. Now I remember.
Yeah, this looks really cool. It's amazing, right? Like this is
It looks really good.
probably 10 people worked on this.
Maybe
I'm
11.
stunned at how gorgeous Replaced is. Really, really cool looking game.
This looks really nice. Wow. The
Somerville
detail.
is pretty sweet as well, and it is made by one of the founders of Playdead, and they split off and they started their own business. But it is also, but it looks like a sequel, and I think Playdead is working on something different, so it doesn't sort of fall into that trope. But this looks like a really cool game. It looks like
Outside.
It's outside, not inside. It's outside.
It looks like you're gonna be outside.
Like the vibe of it's still the vibe of Limbo, like where you feel very alone. You feel very alone, but this is with your family or something. Like you're together with someone, but you're still very alone.
Yeah, it also reminds me of Last of Us. Because you're going through all of these destroyed environments.
You're stretching.
Well, you've got
visually there's a dog in it.
Yeah, you've got other characters that you care about, and you're running from hell, just like you do in a lot of in The Last of Us, but it's more side-scrolly. There's a little baby in there, man. Oh my God, yeah.
Just tugging on them heartstrings. They know gamers grow up and they have babies, and then they're like, "Oh, we gotta put some babies in our games."
Yeah, I'm psyched for that one. There was a lot of really cool stuff. Now, I have other things in my playlist here, but we've hit, I think, the biggest ones. Now,
You didn't. What are you talking about? You didn't say anything about Breath of the Wild, too.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
Whoa,
Oh, God.
that was
wow.
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 I have it in here somewhere.
The phone.
Forza 5.
And like Forza, what? Wow.
Oh, and Forza 5. Okay, all right. Well, I have Forza
Wow,
5. I might not have Zelda on my list. I think I downloaded it, but I didn't stick it in there.
He was so hyped on Metroid as he was watching the stream. He was just like, yeah, they showed some Zelda. But Metroid, guys. Let me tell you about some tactics. Okay?
Yeah, y'all hopped up on tactics over here.
Okay, I'm gonna find
stream,
you.
I'm out of here.
I'm gonna find you some Zeldas. Talk about Zeldas here for a second.
Well, no, that was going to be, I feel like I had a list going into E3, and if I didn't see some of the games on that list, I was going to be very disappointed. And Breath of the Wild 2 was definitely on that list because we had the tease of it. Like it was coming, it was being made. Okay, let's see something. What's going on with Link there? He's growing out his hair a bit. He's looking pretty nice.
He's got a weird arm, though. If you see his weird, like, robot arm, it looks very Luke Skywalker-y.
What do you think?
Did you see that? Did you when he's flying? He's got like one robot arm.
Yeah. What do you think that's about?
I can't find the file. I'm pretty sure
I can tell. It was weird
downloaded
because I said cut to stream and then it just went straight to black. So that's good.
I was trying to find. I was trying to stealthily find the Zelda link, but I think I downloaded it, but I can't find it. I have too many video files on my damn.
Turn the lights out.
Yeah. So let's talk about Zelda while Forza Horizon 5 is playing. What do you guys think about that?
Well, no, we can talk about Forza Horizon 5 because that looks very good too.
That's one of the best trailers of the week.
It's
hands down. It's
Forza
so
one?
pretty.
Yeah.
It's it's so appealing and just ease, like, just watching it again, it's just like, look at that.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like
so
driving
nice.
games, you can appreciate just the aesthetic and the world around it.
Gorgeous. It's just gorgeous.
I
want to drive through waterfalls.
Cars.
I think that's the whole idea when in the design of that game and that series in general. It's like we want to get people that don't even like racing games to like our game, right?
Yeah,
it's
and I
really,
feel like they succeed.
yeah, it's amazing.
You boys ever been to Mexico? We're going to Forza.
I don't have the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 on in my OBS.
Wow, Vic.
section.
What about
I only had 50
Microsoft?
things,
What about
so-
Microsoft Flight Simulator, Vic?
No,
Yeah,
I don't
what
put that
about
in
no
there.
Top Gun?
Simulator?
But what I want to
what
do,
about WarioWare?
I didn't put WireWare. There's a lot of Nintendo.
Marissa, we're gonna do this our show after. We're gonna do a wrap up of this show. We're talking about the real games of E3.
I did want to hear from you guys on other things that I forgot that stood out for you. But before we do that, Foobs, I need you to act out the Zelda trailer for us, please. Okay, if you can.
Should be falling with more grace, but okay.
Vague Zone just gave me a 2 out of 10. I think said this is worse than the Capcom presentation. I'm sorry, guys. I mean, I could find that damn trailer, but then we'd be looking at a black screen.
Vocabulantis. You didn't get to the Harold Halibut, the stop motion games we saw that were.
Oh yeah, no, I have those. Yeah, I got those. Talk to me about that. Harold Halibut.
Did you, Mercy?
Did
you see anything? No, did you see anything about the Vocabulantis or Harold Halibut? The two like stop motion very some of the prettiest looking trailers also that I saw at E3. But it's all like this guy did this stop motion, like a stop motion game.
Is so cool.
It's crazy. It's insanity to me. The Slow Bros, big old sloth. Oh, this is Harold Halibut.
I identify with
this
that.
is Harold Halibut, and then Vocabulantis. It is amazing. Like there's always trends at E3. Like why would there be two stop motion handmade video games at the same year? But they
probably got in a group together and like we should make a game that's like stop motion, and then they broke up some part like 7 or 8 years ago, and then they just loved the idea because when was the last time you seen some stop motion? This Clay Fighters. I'm ready. My body's ready. Look at vocab. It's so pretty. They don't have mouths. Why? It looks like
it's probably too hard to stop motion.
I know, that's what I'm saying, but I think at least for Vocabulantis, Vic was like, it might just be one guy who did it. One guy made this.
I think so.
Bananas in pajamas. Why would you do that to yourself? You guys been working on this game since he was 12. He's 47 years old now. He started on an old snap camera, which you needed film for, and he had to get it developed, and it took so long. Then the iPhone came along and changed his perspective.
I don't know. Do you think that maybe they were inspired? I just think of a game like Cuphead, and I think of like how they wanted to make a game of a certain era, and some developers saw that and saw the success of it, and maybe thought that they would like to replicate some kind of art of their own, going into stop motion. Who knows? Which
is great, but then it goes to argue with the fact that why haven't we seen another game that looks like Cuphead? You know,
well, because they already did it and did it too well.
We did see the show that
MLB the show
is being
looked
made.
nothing like
MLB the show. I mean, I guess if he created his own ballpark, I guess he could have done something out there.
They're working on the Cuphead show.
Oh yeah, but I mean, like that's the Cuphead show. Yeah, I'm talking. But I'm talking about like we have one stop motion game, and then there was literally another one in the presentation. I know that game took forever to make, also, but you would think somebody else would be like, people liked the look of this game. We can do like an old school Disney. I'm looking at you like you can do a old school classic Disney game where your side scrolling adventure is you're going through the eras of Disney animation or something. I mean, we're just spitballing here, guys.
But then they would be like, well, you guys are copying Cuphead. You know what I mean? Like that would have been the thing.
But I mean, like, look, but just picture me out here. Just think about it. So if you start off with like Steamboat Willie style Mickey, and you get all the way to like Pixar,
nice.
Each level is just like, look at how far technology's come graphically, and then I don't know.
Wow.
I'd play that. I'm available to write that game.
Someone make that game for Foobs.
I will. I'll be a part of it. I'll do voices.
Everyone this version like of Foobs in it. He needs this version of Foobs in a game. He's got
look at his robot arm. See his robot arm? His Luke Skywalker hand?
He's got it.
What's up with his hand? What happened to his hand?
Well, I don't know.
I had somebody talking about the fact that Zelda might be in the game. Because there's so we might not just be playing as Zelda, so not just as Link, which would be really cool, right?
Zelda's going to be playable in a Legend of Zelda game.
Somebody tease that, which would be perfect. I think they
as long as they take
away names. You got to name names. I don't trust this person.
Yeah. I mean, cite your sources, Vic. Cite them. at them on Twitter. So
it's all speculation at this point. It's all speculation, but I think it's time, right? I mean, she's been the title of this franchise this whole time. Let's play as Zelda. I think that would be great. 2022, is that your game of show, you guys? Is it The Legend of Zelda, or is there something else?
That's tough. I don't think
Yeah.
it's Zelda. I don't think it's Zelda because I
you were
expected to see
expecting
Zelda. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Metroid is very high up on the list. I thought Forza looked great. Battlefield's probably the game I'm gonna play a lot of, just because even though there's no single player, and I'm really all about the single player and multiplayer shooters.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe Metroid though. Elden Ring also. I mean, I'll give it a whirl. Hopefully the story can engross me like Game of Thrones did, but I don't think that it's going to play off as well as a video game.
It's a
Not trying to
hard.
expect
There's
that.
no clear thing, right?
Yeah.
There's-
Well, that's what
this
I was
is
saying
a
about
hard year this year.
I was saying that about E3 this year, is like there is definitely something for absolutely everyone.
Totally.
Tactics, gotcha. More tactics, check.
Co-op
Even
shooters.
more tactics, yeah. But co-op shoot, I mean, yeah, I feel like Metroid might be the game I was most excited about, just because I wasn't expecting it. And that's when
Right.
you asked me earlier this year, what are you excited for E3? The stuff I had no idea about.
Yeah, I think I'm going to become completely obsessed with Metroid. I think, knowing who Bethesda is, I think it is Starfield for me in terms of showing us a glimpse of what is to come. It wasn't much of a reveal, but it was super exciting. I think out of the like massive games, I think Starfield and Zelda and Elden Ring. Even if I'm going to suck at Elden Ring, and I'm prepared to, those were all such, beautiful exhibits of where video games are going.
All I ask is that they take away the weapon degradation of Breath
In
of the
Zelda
Wild.
2?
Just remove that. Remove that, and then yes.
What do you mean? No, that's a part of the game.
Yeah, I had
part
no
of it's
qualms
part of
with the first
strategizing.
Zelda.
Take it off.
Yeah,
Take it off.
I didn't
don't
have
want
an
it.
issue with that.
I
I
don't
get
want
why
it.
people are upset by it, but I didn't have an issue with it.
I don't
Okay,
need it.
Foobs. Give me first world problems, okay? It'll take away the weapon degradation.
I hope
in
you're
Breath of the
blessed with
Wild.
only tactics games for the rest of your
How are you supposed to? You're supposed to collect other weapons, Foobs. You're supposed to get bigger and better weapons. What's wrong
Yeah,
with you?
but that's
Your
like
weapons are
after I
supposed to
finished the
degrade.
game, they had DLC with like extra
did I-
armor and stuff. Why do
did
I
I
need that
hear
armor?
right?
I already finished the game.
You guys are both requesting to review Mario plus
Yeah.
Rabbids, Metal Slug
No.
Tactics,
I'm like, wait, Breath
and
of the-
Advance
yeah, no.
Wars 1 plus 2. Okay.
Dude, those reviews
All
will
right.
be done day one. Like that game came out at midnight. We got the review ready 12:05.
We'll do a
12:05.
versus.
Yeah.
Just
Marissa, what'd you
nothing
think?
but tactics
Games.
games. Wah!
Tactics 3.
Well, there were some tactics involved.
Yeah.
What kind of
Some
tactics did you
strategizing.
use?
Well,
Strategic?
the strategy ones, yeah.
Yeah. Strategic tactics? Are those the ones you use?
Yes.
4.5 out of 10.
Here were my best laid plans. No, I don't. I don't want that.
Do you have 1 to 3 that you love, Marissa? Authentically, that you think are like just you love, like you can't wait, you're super excited for?
We can't wait. They showed off some of the new Mario Golf game that we're going to get
Yes.
our hands on very soon,
Yeah,
which
that's
is very
gonna be
exciting.
amazing. Yeah.
We haven't had like when's the last time we
I
played
know.
like a Mario sports game in general? I guess tennis.
Tennis was great on the Switch.
Was
Yeah.
last on the Switch, yeah. So they just do sports games so well. Those Mario sports games are done very well, and I'm very much looking forward to the new Mario Golf, especially because the whole multiplayer component. I think it's gonna be so much fun, or at least co-op component. Gonna definitely try that with friends.
Nice.
Not
That's
you.
next
I'm
week.
sorry, Foobs. Yeah, you too. Foobs, you want to
What
play?
about your unfriends?
Foobs, I wasn't trying to exclude you. Let's play. Jeez. I feel like we should nod Halo in there, even though, like, obviously
Sure.
we're expecting to see something. The fact that we saw
Yep.
a little bit of a nudge of a storyline is very exciting.
Yep.
And yeah, Breath of the Wild too. Yeah, we knew it was coming. We were going to see something, but that was the only thing I really wanted to see from Nintendo. I wasn't expecting a lot. WarioWare was a surprise to me. I was not expecting a new WarioWare game, especially one that you can play cooperatively.
That looks great.
So
really
it looks
does.
like a really good time. WarioWare, those games are just such fun. And those are the kind of things that you could, I don't know, impress your family with sometimes too. When they don't know what you're playing, I'm like, try this one, Grandma. You know what I mean? Like there's just something about these games
Totally.
that are.
Give this a shot, Graham Jam.
Well,
Yeah.
they're a kind of visit to a lot of classic ideas in games, so people that may have played them in the 80s and haven't touched them since will be instantly familiar with some of the micro games in Mario. That franchise is incredible.
So
So
great.
your choices then: Halo, WarioWare, and Mario Golf. Those
Mario
are good
Golf.
choices.
Well, Breath of the Wild.
And Breath of the Wild.
Wow, that's a lot of Nintendo. I was not expecting to say so much Nintendo in that. But,
Nintendo had a great show.
Yeah, they did. They did a good show. You're
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
I would have loved to say.
What about the Game & Watch Zelda?
Oh my gosh, we didn't even talk about Game & Watch Zelda.
Come on!
Yeah.
That is.
I don't need
so
that,
rude.
but I
Exactly.
need that.
Yes,
so
we all
rude.
need that. They're going to do
we
way better
don't
with
need
that
it.
one than they did with the Mario one, I think.
The Mario one, great. I loved it for 2 seconds though.
Yeah.
It's now on my shelf. It looks amazing on the shelf, by the way.
Yeah,
So like, I'm definitely getting the Zelda one to just
totally.
up beside
And
it.
they have to have a Metroid
On the
one.
shelf.
They gotta.
No, they
Okay,
don't.
well, no,
They
they don't need a Metroid one.
Yeah, it took
This is the
so
year.
long
It's the
for us to get a
35th
Metroid
anniversary.
game.
Yeah.
It took so just to even get a game. Now you want a Game & Watch Metroid? Let's just throw it all. Yeah, give
20
it all
years
to
from
them.
now, Game & Watch Metroid.
Yeah,
All right, so we have a nice assortment. So, Foobs, your top three.
we're the gamers, people with video games, and people with video games,
And Metal
Okay.
Slug Tactics.
and Metal Slug Tactics.
All the tactics games. No,
Yes.
what were your top three?
Forza.
Forza?
I'm excited for Metroid. Obviously, is probably my top,
Yep.
and then I'm gonna go with Replaced.
Oh,
Dope.
Throw a different one in
Amazing
there.
choices. And you know
Even though I
what?
forgot which game that was between that and
yeah.
Somerville.
Upon
You
further
caught up
reflection.
eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's pretty indicative of what this show was this year. Like I say show in the grand sense between Summer Game Fest and E3 and smeared across the many days that it's still continuing. There's still things being revealed as we speak.
Stalker 2, we didn't even talk about, but that
I know,
looked amazing too.
I know that looked great too. Atomic
we're
Heart, I
very
think, has the
spoiled.
big mystery around it. I think that could turn out to be amazing. But yeah, that was a good assortment of titles, right? Yeah.
Been spoiled. Adrian, I knew the Legend of Zelda Game & Watch was going to happen since it's the game's 35th anniversary. Yeah, just like it happened with Super Mario Bros. Yeah, he's right. He saw the writing on the wall.
Yeah, he did. And Matthew Winstone, thank you, Adrian. You rock, my friend. Matthew Winstone said in television tactics. So there's still
Television
time.
also, that's something for, the young and up-and-coming gamers. Tommy's got something there.
I talked through that whole thing because I thought
wasn't very long.
I thought it was going to be longer. So I was just, and I felt bad because I was just yakking as I was going into it. And
Peter Lucas.
but I thought we were going to get a deeper dive into the games. I came away a little bit like we're not getting more, but there was actually a lot of information in that video. There was a lot of stuff. He just didn't show off all of the gameplay specifics on all the titles that are coming to Intellivision, but he did talk about a lot of cool things in that. I was actually pretty impressed. They put together a pretty good video there. I just want the machine. I want to play these games.
My baby's going to play it.
For sure. Drool all over it. Little
Just
spit
broken controllers.
So
How cheaper the controller's going to be, because I'm going to need a couple replaced.
So I think Zelda, based on our choices, did you put Zelda in your list there, Foobs?
No.
No? Not at all?
Nope.
Okay, guy.
Forza, replaced Metroid.
Okay. But I think Marissa and I both had Zelda. So I think Zelda's... We're
Just
walking
say
away.
Zelda, Foobs. Like, what's even wrong with you?
Zelda also, okay, in a low fourth place.
This is being shot live, but this is how it is behind the scenes.
Yeah, this
When
is
we all
how, this
get
is how it
together.
usually comes down. Guys,
Boobs.
game of the year.
Just
There's 3 of us, but I said this one, so my name on the show. But we both like Metroid.
nope.
Nope. You can play as Samus in Smash.
That honestly is how it worked, though, because even in baseball, like tie goes to the runner, like tie goes to Victor Lucas. You still that's
Vic's
just
running the show.
Well,
He's
yeah,
running
we
the show.
had to settle the tiebreakers, and I think we had 2 votes for Zelda in there, so I think we have to go for Zelda.
So Scroobs,
Fine.
Scroobs,
So
trying to
screw it,
screw yourself.
Fine, guys. Okay, Game & Watch Zelda's game of the show.
That's a good compromise.
Yeah.
Man, I miss you too. This was
Right
really
here.
fun.
Jesus Christ, we
Right
haven't
here,
gone
Vic.
anywhere. Yeah.
Jeez.
Literally here the whole time.
Samus in Fart Night, Dry Bones Jones says. All right, you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining me on this journey and for
Thanks
being
for
a
waiting
part
for
of
me,
this.
guys.
Oh, of course. I'll do this again, and I won't throw 50 million pieces of footage at us and all of these different games to talk about.
At least have Zelda ready.
And forget about the game of the year that you.
Yeah, and I didn't even put it in there. I can't believe
is that the one you wanted? Yeah, I guess we waited to the end to show the trailer.
Listen, it's not a live Vic's Basement stream unless I screw something up. That's kind of the rule. It's usually an audio hiccup. This time I forgot a whole video. I love you both, and I miss you both, and I can't wait to see you in person. And happiness and health to both of your families, and we'll see you soon. Okay.
All of you guys.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Thank you so much, and thank you all for watching. We'll see you soon, and until then, play forever.